And welcome everybody to Effin' White People, your friendly neighborhood white people. Today we have a special guest, Dan, and we are going to be talking about
special.
emphasis on special.
That's fair.
And we are going to be talking about villains, comic book villains, and their backstories. Do they make sense? Do they not make sense? So, Dan, you want to tell us how you got this idea?
I was flipping through movies on Netflix, and I saw the Dark Knight Rises series is on there, and I was talking to my son about Ra's al Ghul, and I don't like his backstory. Like, I get his origin story is fine, but his backstory is frustratingly annoying. Like, the League of Shadows doing their whole controlling the growth of the world and toppling governments when they get too big and all of that, and then all of a sudden Ra's al Ghul gets hyper-focused on Batman, and he's going to be my successor, and then Batman says no, and he's like, fine, I'm going to destroy your city then. And he just sounds like a toddler pitching a hissy, and it was annoying. And then we talked about, my son brought up Lex Luthor, and his whole, Superman's too strong, I'm going to kill him to prove we're stronger. And again, it's just a toddler throwing a hissy fit. I just feel like a lot of the villains, there are some that have really good backstories and origin stories, and then there are other ones that are just like, wow, you really didn't try hard with that, did you? And it was annoying.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Are there any villains you think have a good backstory?
As cliched as it is, I like Joker. He doesn't...
Which backstory, though? Because there's several Jokers.
The original one that first drew me to Joker was Batman the Animated Series.
Okay.
And I liked that he wasn't necessarily evil, he just liked chaos and sowing chaos. And then when Batman stopped him, he's like, oh, I have a friend, I can play with him. And he's never really in a box, per se. Like, he's always just doing random shit because why not? And I thought that was really cool. I like the unexpectedness of it, because you never knew what he was going to do, because he's impossible to plan for. Like, even Batman, who's like this amazing detective, can't plan for what Joker's going to do. He just has to react whenever he does it. And I like that aspect.
Because there's no method to his madness. There's just madness.
It's just bonkers. And I like that.
I like the one bad day aspect of Joker. The fact that, like, Arthur Dent had a bad day and it just sent him down a spiral. I think that's relatable. So I like that aspect of it. But, Harry, what are your thoughts?
On the Joker or villains?
Well, right now the Joker, but villains in general.
Well, the Joker is a great agent of chaos. Also depends on which one you're talking about.
Exactly.
Arthur Dent or Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck.
I said Arthur Dent, didn't I? I
Yes.
did. My bad. Take my geek card.
His one bad day aspect is, his was also because he got dropped in the vat of radioactive whatever.
The chemicals.
Yeah.
The Acme cuckoo juice.
Yeah.
Turning his skin white and all that stuff, and with his whole, wife having cancer and him trying to be a failed comedian, or not trying to be a failed comedian, but being a failed comedian, and then being bamboozled by a bunch of gangs, or a gang to be a lookout so that they can. So basically, they set him up to get his ass whooped by Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's a great story. I think the other ones, the whole Jerome and stuff, I think.
Oh, what was that? Gotham, the series, when they adapted Jerome to Gotham. Did you see that?
I did. I don't think Harry did.
No.
Yeah, they tried to adapt Jerome from the comics to the series, and it was supposed to be a young Joker going up against a young Batman. Well, Bruce Wayne before he became Batman.
Now, There is a kind of, I don't know what you call it, a what if out there that I think is absolutely brilliant on a version of Joker, which is Batman gets sent back in time. And he gets sent back to the night his parents died. And he realizes that the only way that he can become who he is, because what's the guy's name that kills his... But basically the guy who ends up shooting the Waynes, Marcia and...
Yeah, Thomas and Martha.
Yeah, Thomas, I don't know why I say Marcia. Thomas and Martha is not around. And Bruce realizes that he has to shoot his parents so that young Bruce can become Batman.
Joe Chill.
Yes.
Yes.
Was the guy.
Joe Chill's not around, and so what ends up happening is Bruce ends up shooting his own parents, and in the process of it, goes insane and becomes the Joker.
I have never heard of that. That actually sounds really interesting.
And it's another reason why, like, Batman can't plan for all the shit that he does because he is the Joker.
That actually makes a lot of sense too.
Now that's a thread that wasn't really touched on. It was just kind of what if thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't fully explored, but I was like,
That'd be a pretty cool story to go all the way through. Since I met you years and years ago at a comic book store, have you seen, there's a Batman comic book out called White Knight, and it's where Jack Napier's Joker becomes Batman instead of Bruce Wayne. And he's not all crazy. I guess it was like a play on, like you were saying, the whole one bad day thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it made the bad guy the good guy. And it was a really cool turn on Batman becoming Batman and Joker becoming Batman.
well, there's in the can't remember if it's the animated series or what, but there's a universe out there where instead of the Justice League, it's called the Syndicate, and all the Justice League are actually bad guys, and all the villains are good guys.
Huh. I think I've heard of that.
And yeah, Batman and all of them are like super evil, super prickish. Like the Joker and a couple other people actually make it through to the what you call Datum Earth or Earth 1 or something. And they're like, we need your help. And at first they're like, you're the Joker. And even Lex Luthor comes through and they're like, we need your help.
Yeah.
In our universe, you're a bad guy. And they're like, what? And I was like,
Didn't they make that a movie?
It was
an animated movie?
It was in a TV.
Or a TV series or something?
Yeah, I think it was in the animated series or something.
I think I remember seeing something about that.
But yeah, no, that was very interesting too because they tied into the fact that I think Batman controlled a lot of the corporate ins and outs and gained his money through like mob relations and things like that.
Yeah. And they had Superman was called Ultraman in that one. If it's the one I'm thinking it was, it might be something different. But I thought that was the one where they had like their underlings, like their underling captains or whatever were called made men, and they had like a portion of the power of the hero they were under. I think there was something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else though. That's possible.
And I will say the Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah. Joker or Batman Who Laughs, hands down one of the best.
Well, see, I think one of the best versions of Batman is actually in that, and it's where Batman goes full Punisher.
Ooh, which one was that?
It was just Batman.
It was just Batman?
Yeah, he was just Batman, but he used guns. But his bullets had explosives.
Ooh.
And he had no problems with killing.
How do I not remember that?
Yeah,
I read Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, Dark Knight's Metal, and then I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, I liked the one where Batman strapped Flash to the hood of his car and then broke into the Speed Force and like became essentially like a Flash Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That one I really liked.
I liked Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
Where Batman becomes Green Lantern, but the way it happens is because the way you get a ring is you basically give off like you don't have any fear. And the ring came to Bruce on the night his parents died, and the ring was like, Bruce Wayne, you have the characteristics, you show no fear even in the darkest of times, so you are worthy of bearing the ring. And when he puts on the ring, and they're like, you're supposed to be this beacon of light and hope and blah blah blah, and he's like, no, I am not. I am going to hurt anybody and anything. And the ring was like, you can't, we won't allow it. And then Bruce is like, no, I'm going to break you to my will. And he ends up breaking the ring to his will. So when he emits all of that color, it's not this bright green light of hope, it's a dark, terrible energy.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's pretty cool too. He's also one of the only people to take off, like to unwillingly take off a Green Lantern's ring.
He's gonna do a couple of them.
Which, yeah, he did it to, obviously Hal Jordan, and I believe he did it to, I think Kilowog was the other one he did it to.
He also did it to Jon Stewart.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he did it to him.
Yeah.
But I remember he did it to Hal Jordan.
Yeah, he did it to Hal Jordan
just to show him, like,
yeah,
you're nothing without your ring.
Yeah, because they were walking somewhere doing something, and Hal was like, so, do you have any superpowers? And he's like, nope. And he's like, yeah, what can you do? Can you fly? Nope. Do you do anything else? And he's like, nope. And he's like, what can you do? And then he turns around, and he's like, so what does this do? And he's got the ring, and Hal Jordan's like, that won't happen again. And Batman's like, unless I want it to.
Fucking
He's
hate
like, I'm
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. My son likes to say Batman has, like, the most plot armor of any comic book character ever made.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to argue that, but that's pretty accurate.
Now I will say, even though I do not consider him a villain, my favorite villain of all time is Dr. Doom.
I don't know if I really consider Doom a villain either, though.
Because he's not.
He doesn't really go after people to kill people or hurt anybody. As far as I know, I'm not a huge Dr. Doom person, but as far as I know, everything he does is just to further Latveria. Just to further his country and his people and science.
He also wants to rule the world. Because he thinks his vision is far superior than anybody else's.
I mean, that's pretty fucking egomaniacal to think that your vision is better than anyone else's, and therefore you should control the world.
Off the fact that Latveria is one of the richest, under his reign, is one of the richest, most prosperous, well-maintained, well-cared for.
And lowest crime rate.
It should. All because of him. And he comes, his mother was a Romanian gypsy. I know it's pejorative or whatever you want to call it, but in the books that's what she's called, is a gypsy. And she's taken from him, and he is like growing up, and I think it's because of like World War II or something like that. Like, he's one of the ones that, got forgotten about because all the X-Men and things like that were obviously during that time more focused on and whatnot. So he gets put through all this bullshit growing up and finally becomes, he learns magic and he does all this and he rises up and he is a kid that was nothing, and he's now a king. And then he's not happy with that because he looks around and he goes, there's still people out there that basically need his help, and he's going to forcibly help them.
I can see that.
Go ahead.
So, evidence that Doctor Doom is a villain, besides being egomaniacal. Because I also am not a huge Doom aficionado, but apparently he's pretty ruthless and tyrannical.
Yeah.
Like within his own government.
Yeah.
So yeah, perfection isn't perfection if it's done out of fear.
Okay.
I mean, the argument can be made whether you're...
Like perfection? I mean, perfection can be perfection if it's done out of fear. Protection and love.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not perfect
You
if it's done out of...
something by beating the fuck out of it, or, like...
But think about it, put that in, like, real world terms.
Yeah, I am.
If you said, Brandy, you can't make any of your own decisions, I'm going to make all the decisions for you because I know best, wouldn't you therefore be a villain?
Not if you prosper because of that.
But if I only prosper, but if I do so out of fear to him, I have no control of my own, and we don't know if it would be better without that or not, because he won't give that a chance.
Well...
Then no, that's not... You're still a villain.
I mean...
You're causing harm to me, the person you're trying to protect.
You want to make an omelet, you gotta crack some eggs.
No, that's a fucking villain. You can't control others.
If your country has no crime, then it has no crime. Now, if it has no crime because they love you or because they're afraid of you, either way, they still have no crime.
Well, you could say that about North Korea.
Well, North Korea still has crime, though.
But not a lot, because you don't want to commit a crime in North Korea.
Well, I mean, also...
You'll fucking die for stealing bread.
Those are clear villains. But Doom doesn't kill people for stealing bread in Liberia.
Because two people are too afraid to steal bread.
No, that's not true.
Well, you don't know that it's not true, though, because he's an authoritarian and he's tyrannical.
I mean, they're still not stealing, though. It brings up the question, do the ends justify the means?
No.
So, also, the way it eventually rained out is it gives this, whole aspect of, I'm now in Latveria. If I do something to step out of line, I'm going to suffer consequences. Maybe a bit more drastic than necessary, but I'm still going to suffer consequences. But if I don't have to commit these crimes as well, because if the food is available, if the healthcare is available, if the education and everything is available, if everything is available...
But there's no free will.
No, you can still commit, and you can still do all the things that would lead to you to come under punishment. He's not casting a spell.
Yeah, it's not a spell, but under a tyrant, under a dictator, and an authoritarian government, there is no free will. You can't decide, I want to be, a baker. It's decided for you. You have to be a baker because that's what's best for the government.
Alright, so first off, Doom at no point says, oh, you have to be a baker. Doom just simply says, obey my rules or else.
What are his rules?
Fuck, I can't tell you that. I don't know all Doom's rules, but I'm pretty sure it's not like, oh, you, obviously a person that's built to be an athlete. You're now a fucking banker.
Well, no, he would make him be an athlete, but what if that person built to be an athlete doesn't want to be an athlete?
You wouldn't make him be an athlete, but at the same time, he wouldn't also say, you have to be an athlete. He would just simply be like, okay, if you want to be an athlete or if you want to be a baker, that's fine. However, if you do anything to break the laws, you will suffer a consequence. Are the consequences a bit more severe than what we think they should be? Probably. But, and also, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, against the law. It is not against the law to say that you want to rule the world.
It's not against the law to say that you want to rule the world, but it is against the law to
against
try
the
to
law.
rule the world.
No, it is not against the law to rule the world.
I think that it's against the laws
No,
of
there
several
is.
countries to
No,
try to
no.
rule the world.
No, there is no law.
It is against the law for any non-American to try to rule America. That would be.
There's no law stopping a foreign country from taking over America.
But there are. It's a war crime.
Now,
The Hague has rules against that. You can't do that.
if they came in and like tried to drop bombs and stuff like that, yes. But
No, even any means of taking over another country, a sovereign country, is against the rules of The Hague, which means it is a war crime.
Well, unless you gathered, all the influence of the UN and all that stuff, and they made you supreme ruler.
Technically speaking, ruling the world by conquest is illegal under modern international law, but there's no single law prohibiting the idea of ruling the world.
Yeah,
But any attempts to force a country to submit to your rule.
Yeah, and all the countries on Earth are not going to submit to
But
fucking
if they do
Doom.
it willingly, there's no rule against it.
I don't see us giving power to Doom.
Shit, if there was a Doctor Doom on Earth today, every country
You
would be
say
like,
that. I don't think I don't think that would happen. I think we would treat him like an alien and just try to take him out.
and he would laugh at us.
Maybe, maybe not. He exists in a fictional world, so who knows what would happen in the real world if there was a real Doctor Doom. Like the smartest man on the planet, I guess.
That knows magic.
There's a bunch of people who know magic. I just don't know if it's the same kind of magic.
I mean, also, if you want to rule the world, you don't become a political figure. You become a billionaire.
But he is a political figure.
Not by choice.
I'm just saying.
And also, at the same time, yeah, he didn't take over Latveria by simply walking in and going, okay, it's mine now. No, he walked in and laid waste to everything that was destroying Latveria and hurting Latveria. And at the end of it, the people went, our king.
I mean, that works.
And you know what? That's fine for the people who actually agreed that he was king. But you got to think, if no one said he wasn't king,
And then he keeps up with the whole being a king and a protector when all the other countries around them are trying to take over Latveria.
But
and
is
instead
it-
of rolling over, he's just like, hey, fuck you.
I'm just saying he
Also-
hasn't obtained perfection of Latveria
Also,
because
T'Challa, give me your fucking vibranium. Hell, even the White Panther and whatever little sleepy dream thing that all the kings of Wakanda have to go through to even be accepted as king of Wakanda. The White Panther looked at Doom and went, you are worthy of vibranium. So, Doom passes every test put in front of him.
except he doesn't in my eyes.
Yeah, because you're a fucking liberal snowflake.
Because I don't think that anyone should be an authoritarian or a tyrant. I'm against fucking dictatorships. I'm against dictators.
Hey, Doom has his own council. He doesn't rule simply by himself.
So according to what I just read, he is a dictator, a tyrant, and an authoritarian.
Okay. I mean, if you want to look at it like that, so is the president.
No, the president is elected to office. He's not a dictator.
Well, this one is.
Technically, even this one isn't a dictator yet.
Well, not yet. He wants to be.
He wants to be. And he's our presidents tend to not be. I'm not saying they aren't, especially the current one, authoritarian. Because that's not the way it's set up in America. It's set up to where you have 3 branches of government. Doom is his own branch of government. Doom is everything. He's president, he's fucking Congress, he's the judges, he's the Supreme Court, he's everything. Everything is him and he is everything, and that is the definition of authoritarian and a dictator.
And it's very streamlined, and it's very efficient, and you don't have to go through fucking years of
Significantly
delegation.
less red
Is
tape.
it, or are those people just afraid to speak up?
Hey, Once again, want to make it
You say that because it's not your eggs that are getting cracked.
I mean, you got no eggs to crack, so what are you worried about?
I mean, touche.
Well played.
So.
Moving on from Doom.
I know, as much as I don't want to. Now, I will say, like, there are some villains out there that they're incredibly powerful, but somehow still manage to lose at every turn, and it baffles me.
Like Black Adam, for example.
Black Adam's one.
Easily can best Superman without even trying, but consistently falls short
It's because
all the time.
We like hang on to heroes.
Yeah, the
We
whole
love heroes. Heroes.
good guys always win kind of thing.
But, and you should know this, because of the shirt you're wearing. What's the definition of a hero?
Oh my god.
The definition of a hero is someone who gets other people hurt.
I thought some people get other people killed. Is it hurt?
Hurt, killed, whatever. Same thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Heroes always get other people hurt or killed.
I mean, which is why I don't think Batman's a hero. One of the reasons I don't think Batman's
Someone
a hero.
who gets other people killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Batman was never really considered a hero. He was kind of an anti-hero.
I don't even consider him an anti-hero. I just consider him a person who beats up the mentally ill.
And then gives them a job afterwards and tries to get them off the streets.
He also runs a
many,
company
yeah.
and didn't know that his company was polluting the earth.
And then once he realized it was polluting,
He should have always known, and I don't believe that he didn't know.
Oh my god! I'm
there's
sorry, I'm
no-
out here fucking defending our goddamn planet from alien invasions. I'm sorry I didn't get the fucking memo from my chief of operations that this chemical was. Oh, I'm sorry. I was on Mars at the time. I wasn't even fucking in Mars.
It's
I wasn't
his
even
company.
in this fucking universe. I was on
It is
another
his
fucking
company.
universe.
I
So
was
Jeff
stopping-
Bezos can use that same excuse?
I was stopping.
No, Bezos can't
if
use that
Jeff-
fucking other because he can't go to fucking Mars.
If Jeff
That was his
Bezos
face.
can go to Apocalypse and beat Darkseid in a staring competition, then yes, Jeff Bezos can use that excuse. When he can do that, then yes,
When
he can use
Bezos
that
can dodge
excuse.
the Omega beams.
Batman is
But
just
at
a
the same time,
person
if
who
we're gonna
beats
say,
up the
like,
mentally ill.
Fucking, you know.
Batman would do more if he just divested his fucking money and gave it to the poor.
He does!
There's no
No,
CEO.
no, he doesn't.
of-
He doesn't give all his money to the poor.
He
And
doesn't
so-
give it all, but he does set up programs. He's got, like, community help reaches. He, fucking vamp the whole Gotham criminal justice system. They're trying to weed out corruption and shit.
he can
There's
do
no
more.
CEO of any company anywhere throughout all of history who knows every aspect of everything his company is doing.
But they should. They're responsible for it.
None. There's none
There's
that know
too
that.
much. That's too
They're
much
responsible
for
for
one
it.
person.
Especially
No.
$1 billion global
He didn't-
corporation.
But he didn't really take responsibility. He was just like, oh, my bad. And then, like, you know.
Yeah, but then
No,
he
no,
took
Still-
steps
that's
to
bullshit
fix it.
because I know exactly what you're fucking talking about, and that's bullshit because he teamed up with fucking Poison Ivy afterwards to fix it.
But he still hunts Poison Ivy.
No,
That,
he doesn't hunt her. He tries to stop her when she's about to hurt innocent people.
so there's a
Because she's an
person.
eco-fucking-terrorist.
There's a person who's labeled a villain who's not really a villain. Poison fucking Ivy.
Okay, once again,
Poison Ivy isn't a villain. She's just an eco-terrorist.
right, so, like, when she destroys
Which-
an oil rig with fucking
Is it
innocent
technically
oil workers
terrorism
on it,
a
and
crime,
ends up
though?
drowning
Can you
them
call
out.
them? Can you call them innocent oil workers?
They're just doing their fucking job.
So are people in Germany.
Yeah, we're gonna pull that card. I saw that comment as soon as I heard it. You were like, oh yeah, no, I was just doing my job. But like, I mean, but there's a difference between
Don't
putting
support
people
an
in
evil team.
concentration camps and then a difference between fucking trying to.
Giving people cancer?
They don't fucking know.
If you're knowingly doing it, yes, you're complicit in the crime. If you're not knowingly doing it, then like if you're loading barrels of oil on a ship and you're being told, okay, these are being taken to be disposed of properly. Okay, cool. if you're lining up humans in a line and walking them into an apartment-sized oven, that's a little bit different than loading barrels on the ship and being lied to.
Yes, but she blew up an oil rig, which had people on it, who were actively drilling oil, which everyone knows is bad for the environment.
Also,
but it's
okay. No, hang on. Sorry. So, if oil is bad for the environment, my dear, stop driving your car.
I don't
because
live.
You knowingly.
I don't live in the land of DC.
You knowingly pollute this planet every time you turn the ignition on your car. Every time you turn on a.
I'm not Batman. I can't afford to not drive.
But you're a villain.
I'm not a villain. I can't afford to not drive.
You're knowingly contributing to the delinquency of the ozone layer.
You're knowingly contributing to the pollution. Every time you eat packaged meat, you're knowingly contributing.
That makes you a villain.
Okay. I never said I wasn't. I don't sit here and try to ride a white horse with a fucking flag that says Savior.
I'm not saying that I do these things. I'm not saying I don't do these things, and I'm not saying that poison ivy should she be real, shouldn't like take me out too. I'm just saying that like she's not a villain.
But why can't poison ivy do things to like counteract the pollution instead of just killing everybody? Why can't she just make the trees grow again to suck up all the carbon dioxide?
She does do that.
Apparently not enough.
She can't keep up with human consumption.
Oh my God, she can't keep up?
She's doing that on the weekends when she's not killing innocent oil people.
There are no innocent oil people.
So basically, are you saying that poison ivy is like the CEO of like plant regrowth?
No.
It sounds like it to me.
That's not what I said at all.
Because if she has the because she could team up with smarter people than her to boost her powers to tap into the whole planet and basically reforest.
I'm sure she would if she. I'm sure that she would. Like if
my
she's
ass can fucking think of that.
I think the writers just haven't thought of that yet.
Well, then
because poison ivy would definitely do that. Like she would just regrow the entire earth. There have actually been episodes.
If you do that though, how many cities are going to be destroyed because of that? If you tried to reforest the entire planet with New York sitting right there, New York's gone.
Well, also she says...
No, just overtaken by vegetation, which isn't necessarily going to bring down the buildings.
Well, she talks about plants and...
Ivy can climb it.
But you need trees, not fucking ivy.
Ivy also does irreparable damage to buildings and pavement and things that it climbs up.
Other plant life.
Like it's been proven that as it grows up, it creates cracks in it and will eventually topple anything man-made.
Well, maybe we don't need those man-made things.
Kudzu, fucking horrible for the environment.
Maybe we don't need those things. Maybe we don't need buildings. Maybe we need to get back to nature.
Fucking Tyler Durden. Oh, fuck it. No, that's it.
Hey,
shaving
no.
our fucking heads. I don't need to.
I identify with Tyler Durden.
Huh?
I identify with Tyler Durden.
Really?
Have we watched the same movie? Yes. When it comes to the whole bringing down of like basically in the movie he brings down the credit card companies, but yeah.
So Tyler Durden. All right. So if we're going to talk kind of villain, anti-hero kind of aspect, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Tyler Durden because I do think that we are too wrapped up in our own consumerism to really be even human anymore. But if like nobody in that whole little Fight Club little Project Mayhem, I'm sure, was actually demolition experts. You made homemade explosives.
Yep.
And you thought you're going to bring this building down like you see these professionals do, where they can take a building and basically just make it fall vertically.
They can pancake it.
Yeah, they just make it pancakes. Yeah, no. A bunch of amateurs are going to do that. That building's going to topple, crush the buildings next to it. Did they clear those buildings next to it? No, they did not. They cleared that one building. So,
I'm not saying
innocent people, once again, want to make an omelet, got to crack a fucking egg.
I'm not saying that Tyler Durden doesn't have his issues. Like, I think he had I don't think he had a very well thought out plan. I'm with the ideology, not the plan.
No, he had a very well thought out plan. He just couldn't execute it properly.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't well thought out, because he didn't figure the fact that like he would need demolition experts and whatnot, and making sure that like other buildings are clear and that he doesn't hurt innocent civilians. And
not thinking things through is kind of a hallmark of your psyche splitting and making its own terrorist.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah,
But I'm not with the plan. I'm with the ideology.
If I come home one day, Dan, and all of a sudden I have homemade soap,
I will worry.
I will too.
Yeah.
I will know where she got the fat from.
I will probably stay away from banks and things of that nature as well.
Actually, no. If I come home one day and I see a pot fucking on the stove with just like, and she's sitting there stirring and going, if you take the fat that's rendered and you separate it, you can make soap. But if you take this part over here and make a couple of things, which I won't say because, you know, we will definitely get flagged
for reasons.
Yes.
For reasons.
Just watch the movie and you'll understand.
And I'd be like, Dan, we're going to need some EMT.
Let
all
the counties in the
again,
surrounding area know they're going to need to be on the lookout.
Again, I'm not down with the plan. I'm down with the ideology. The ideology behind it. That we are too wrapped up in our consumerism. Down with the credit card companies. Like, they're fucking, evil.
Let's get back to another villain that I think should have been whooping ass at every turn, but somehow kept getting his ass.
I said, but didn't?
But didn't.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
That is a good point as well.
Skeletor, well, and even in that little universe, Evil Lyn. Evil Lyn was more powerful than Skeletor. But Skeletor could have easily trounced fucking He-Man and just beat the fuck out of that whole fucking...
But with the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, by the power of Grayskull, my mullet is amazing. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fucking He-Man fan. I grew up in the fucking 80s and 90s. So yeah, no. I love fucking He-Man. It's like Thundercats. Mumra. Mumra had the abilities and the powers to just trounce the fucking Thundercats. Once again, we're into this whole good guys always win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those were cartoons aimed at small children, so we don't want to teach them that evil always wins.
No, but we should do what Star Trek did one time, which is you can do everything right and still fucking lose.
I think that's a worthy message for children. Like, I think that that's something for children to learn, because it's true. You can do everything right and still fucking lose.
And I also think that right there is the beginnings of a villain.
Yeah.
Because most villains try when they're growing up to do as much right as they can, but at every turn, they don't succeed. They don't succeed. They don't succeed. So, at some point, they're like, I'm tired of doing the fucking right thing, because every time I do something right, I still lose. So now I'm going to do the fucking wrong thing, and I'm going to fucking win.
I mean, that makes sense. But, back to the original topic was, like, if you have one who has a good origin story like that, that's great. Like, those are the villains we like to follow, and we like to read stories about and watch cartoons and movies about. The thing that especially with the movies nowadays that's been bugging me about the villains, all of the Batman movies use the same villain. Like, they all start with the Joker. When there's 35 other Batman villains that could just as easily be put into a movie. Or Superman. All of the Supermans, I mean, there's what? 8, 9 different Lex Luthor castings? Like, there's more villains to Superman than just Lex Luthor. Like, make a movie about a different Superman villain.
Well, they did.
Which one?
Man of Steel.
Yeah, that one was General Zod, but even in General Zod, or even in Man of Steel, there was still a heavy focus around Lex Luthor.
No. The whole Man of Steel was nothing but
Actually,
General
that
Zod.
was just General Zod coming.
Yeah, there was no real mention of Lex Luthor. It wasn't until Batman v Superman that we got the second worst. No, well, I would say the worst representation of Lex Luthor. Because before, what's his name? The guy who was in, I think it's Scott Pilgrim Saves the World.
Oh, Brandon Routh?
No, Brandon Routh.
Are you? Yeah, he played Superman in
No.
Superman Returns.
I'm talking about Lex Luthor, the main character, Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, Michael Cera?
Yes, he played Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that was Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg is the one
He's the
who played
worst
him.
iteration. But before him, to me, before that, it was Gene Hackman. Even though I'm a huge Gene Hackman fan, Gene Hackman was
Great actor.
Yeah.
Not a great Lex Luthor casting.
No.
And
honestly, believe it or not, I think the best one has been the guy who was in 2.5 Men. Alan. He played Alan.
What is that dude's name? No, I have to pull that up. It'll drive me nuts if I don't.
No, even though the guy from Smallville.
Now, in my opinion, Michael Rosenbaum, the one who played Lex Luthor in Smallville, hands down one of the best Lex Luthors
He was
ever
a
cast.
great Lex Luthor.
He did awesome. And that version of Lex Luthor, the Smallville one, that's one that I would argue of the Lex Luthors that had the only backstory that I liked. Because he knew Superman when he was Clark Kent before he became Superman. And he went to his friend and was like, hey friend, you know, what's going on? Have you heard about this? And he was consistently lied to at every turn. And when Superman or Clark or Tom Welling's character finally came forward and was like, okay, look, I am this person. I have been doing this. At that point, Michael Rosenbaum's Lex was like, yeah, I know. Fuck you. Like, and that is a Lex Luthor that's relatable. Because he's a Lex Luthor that, you know, confided everything in his best friend who lied to him at every turn. And then when he finally came forward and was like, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth now. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. It's too late for you to come tell me the truth now. I already fucking found out on my own. And that, I can understand him being mad at him and him targeting him and being pissed about it. That makes sense. That's relatable. Not just like the new Superman movie. Nicholas Holt's a phenomenal actor, but I hated the way they took Lex Luthor and boiled him completely down to Superman is strong enough to be a god and reminds us that we're weak. I'm gonna hurt him.
I haven't seen the new Superman.
Like, the movie was not bad. I just hated what they did with Lex Luthor in it.
Now,
like, that was really frustrating.
Who would you consider the worst villain other than Flagman? Or Condiment Man?
I was just gonna say Condiment Man.
Kite Man?
Kite Man is...
Now, let's say out of the mainstream, the most notorious villains, because Flagman and Condiment Man and Kite Man, those are some fucking pulls.
Those are some deep pulls that 90% of people are not going to know about.
Alright, Condiment Man, who the fuck is Condiment Man?
What is Kite Man's superpower? He literally flies around on a kite and
Yeah.
fails at all of his crimes. No
Yeah.
superheroes even stop him.
The
He
closest
literally
he
fucks
came,
himself up.
the closest Kite Man ever came to fame was in the animated series Harley Quinn, where he almost married Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing he's ever done that was noteworthy.
And he didn't even do that right. He didn't actually marry Poison Ivy. Like, she fucking leaves him at the altar, but still.
Let's see. Bad mainstream villain.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, do you mean like bad origin story or just
No,
a
just
shitty character altogether?
Yeah. Just that there's like no. Why is this villain even getting so much attention?
In my personal opinion, and I'm sure there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people
No, it
who would
doesn't have to
disagree
be a
with
comic
me.
book character either. They could just be. You just look at this person and be like, what the?
Yeah. I had a good comic book one I was going to go with.
No, say it.
But if we're talking about all of them, like all of media, TVs, movies, whatever.
What was your comic book one?
My comic book one, because I'm more DC than Marvel. The one that I think is the most unnecessary supervillain would be Two-Face. Normal people every day get disfigured in horrible accidents and don't try to turn that into a supervillain. I'm going to flip my coin and burn the world down.
I would
then-
argue that the Riddler is probably.
And I can see an argument for either one. But I feel like any Batman story that Two-Face has been a player in, you can rewrite the entire story without Two-Face in it, and it doesn't really change the outcome of the story much. Except for the few stories that are specifically focused on Two-Face. Anything that he's not the main villain in, like he's a character in, he could easily be taken out of, and it wouldn't change the narrative at all. He doesn't really lend anything major to any story that he's not the main focus of, like Joker does, or even other characters like Killer Croc or Clayface.
I can also say
even they put some aspect into being a side character, and Two-Face just really doesn't.
I could see if you just basically whatever story Two-Face was in, you can either put the Penguin or the Riddler in and get the same outcome.
Or lack of an outcome.
Or lack of an outcome.
Yeah, and I could see that. But the main reason that I don't like
No, what I'm
Two-Face?
saying is if you had a storyline with like Two-Face in it, if you put the Penguin in it or the
instead
Riddler
of
in it
Two-Face.
instead of Two-Face,
Yeah, it
it'd probably
doesn't.
be
It doesn't
better.
change the story.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like if you
And it might add to it because you're like, oh, the Penguin.
Yeah, if you removed Two-Face and replaced him with any other character, it would make the story better.
Granted.
And then you've got Two-Face in the movies who got defeated by Go-Go Gadget Bat Nipples by him throwing a handful of quarters at him.
I can agree with that, because even I can't think of a good iteration of
Wait, hang on.
Two-Face.
That wasn't Go-Go Gadget Batman.
That wasn't George Clooney.
No, that was Val Kilmer.
Okay, see, that's understandable, but I mean,
Clooney was Freeze and Poison Ivy.
didn't Clooney have two movies?
No. God, no.
He was only in Batman Forever.
I think he did have two
Wait,
movies.
was he in Bat?
Hold on, I got that.
That
That's
was
gonna.
Batman and Robin too.
Yeah, I thought Clooney had two of them.
But no, Val Kilmer was the Riddler and Two-Face,
He was in Batman and Robin.
which it was,
It was Batman Forever.
which was
Is the one Batman defeated Two-Face in the '95 film Batman Forever by throwing a handful of coins at him to distract him, causing Two-Face to lose his balance and fall.
yeah, but that was still Kilmer.
Was it?
Yeah, George Clooney played just in Batman and Robin.
Huh. I
Did
guess he
Kilmer
was
have
on the
two?
new one. I thought,
Yes, I think
Val
Kilmer
Kilmer
had
had two Batman?
how many Batman movies was Val Kilmer in? One Batman movie, yeah. Batman Forever was the only one he was in.
Because you have Batman, Batman Returns.
Although, just, on a completely unrelated note, Val Kilmer also had anatomically correct bat nipples.
Did he?
Yep.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his bat nipples. I just remember Clooney's.
Yeah, he had anatomically correct bat nipples.
He did.
No, I guess they were like not really as.
Not as prominent.
They weren't as prominent as
I guess they
George
weren't really,
Clooney's diamond
I
cutters.
guess they weren't,
But-
really focused on in Batman Forever as they were in fucking Batman and Robin, where they're just like poing. And even to
Which
this day,
was
George
really
Clooney's
funny.
Like, yeah, I should have never played Batman.
Which was really funny because Batman had those. I don't think Batgirl did though.
Well, obviously not, because that would have been.
Which makes you wonder, if Batgirl didn't have them, why did Batman? If they realized they were wrong for one Batsuit, they should have realized they were wrong for the other one. It just doesn't make sense.
Which wasn't Alicia Silverstone Batgirl?
Yes,
Pretty sure that's what killed her career.
probably.
It very well could have been.
Because Clueless
Because it
launched
was
it.
not good.
Batman Forever.
Sealed the fucking deal, man. There's no coming back after that. Well, I guess there was for George Clooney.
No, that was Batman and Robin.
Yeah, well, still. Well, she was in Batman and Robin, wasn't she? At the very end?
I think Batman and Robin was the one she was in.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that
no,
was the
because-
movie she was
Yeah,
featured
because
in.
Batman Forever is when they got Chris O'Donnell to play Robin, and Batman and Robin is when Batgirl came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I'm pretty sure Batman Forever is what gave Val Kilmer cancer.
Harry.
I mean...
Because there's only one Batman, and his name is fucking Michael.
Well, Michael Keaton is definitely Batman, but he's...
Which I want a goddamn Batman Beyond, and I want Michael Keaton.
Okay.
That'd be really good.
Michael Keaton teaching fucking... What is that? What is Batman Beyond's name?
Terry.
Terry, yeah. I was thinking Tommy, but I was like, no, that's not right.
So, because I gotta say, that is one of the probably only redeeming factors of that Flash movie, is when I saw Michael Keaton
as Batman.
I was like, I'm 6 years old again.
Everybody... I don't know anybody who didn't like the Michael Keaton...
Oh, because especially
As
when he
Batman.
went
Like, he was
full Arkham,
amazing.
Asylum, Arkham Knight, all the fucking Arkham video games, and he just went full fucking, we're like, where was this in 88?
Right?
I think we all agree that it goes Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, everyone else, George Clooney.
No.
No, I wouldn't put Val
I
Kilmer
would go
second.
I would go Keaton.
Bale.
I'm Batman.
I really liked Christian Bale's Dark Knight.
So Christian
Yeah,
Bale,
that's a good point. Okay.
Christian Bale, even though I hated the fact that they didn't, like, in the Batman Dark Knight things, they didn't really touch on the fact that Batman is a lot smarter than just throwing punches.
Yeah.
They just, oh, I'm a ninja.
The one, and it's a comment that I get harassed for all the time, is I really liked Ben Affleck's Batman. Granted, the movies Batman v Superman could have been better, but I liked that, especially in Justice League, where Wonder Woman breaks into his little Under Lake shipbuilding facility, and you see him under a jet, or under the Bat personnel carrier or whatever, and he's literally working on it himself. Like, they actually show you, like, they show him working out, and he's not doing, a salmon ladder, which, don't get me wrong, I love Green Arrow more than any other character they've ever made.
Oh, that was a great show.
Amazing show, but all you see is calisthenic stuff. Batman, you see him actually doing workouts that would produce real world strength. Like, not, you can do a salmon ladder, but just because you can do a salmon ladder doesn't mean you can climb up the side of a building. Or, throw a strong punch. The workouts Batman's doing are functional. Like, you see him doing ropes, you see him doing dips, or pull-ups and dips with weights around his waist. You see him pulling a giant tractor tire. And so they show him working out, but then they also show him working on a jet, which is, it takes extreme intelligence too. Like, I like that they actually explored, even as little as they did, that side of him, which no other Batmans have done.
a lot of people don't realize that bicep curls are fucking useless.
Yeah.
Just like bench pressing, fucking useless.
Bench pressing, while giving you a picture-worthy chest, doesn't actually really do anything functional for you.
Now, an incline bench press is more functional because you're more likely, because you got to get leverage to get your feet underneath and push.
So
now, let's get back to.
But
to take us back to something that we were talking about a minute ago, because I want to hear Harry's argument. So I agree with the Two-Face thing about Two-Face being a worthless fucking villain, because I can't even think of a good iteration of Two-Face.
Yeah.
That exists.
I draw a blank on a good Two-Face story arc.
But I can think of good iterations of the Penguin.
Yep.
And I can think of good iterations of Clayface. I can think of good iterations of the Riddler, actually.
Riddler...
No, you haven't seen Gotham.
Well, also,
have
you read...
I've seen a little bit of it.
Have you read Hush? Hush is a really good story. And it's not to give away any spoilers. I mean, I want to say Hush came out in like 2002 or something.
Oh yeah, it's pretty old. I owned it before we sold all our comics.
Yeah, it focuses on Riddler realizing that he wasn't beating Batman his way, so he creates this whole new character called Hush, and like essentially one-man army takes over all of Batman's criminal underworld himself, like with guns and violence and just unbridled aggression. And by the time Batman realizes who it actually is, he's like, holy shit, he actually outsmarted me this time. I mean, Hush still loses because, let's be honest, Batman has to beat everybody. You can't have Batman lose to somebody. But, the story is a Riddler story that was actually done really well. And there is no Two-Face version of that.
I think the Gotham version of the Riddler was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the Gotham version of the Riddler. I loved the
I really
Gotham
like the
version
actor who played him.
I really liked the Gotham version of fucking Penguin.
Yeah.
Robin Lord Taylor, he's a fucking amazing actor.
So what was...
But I want to hear your argument for why the Riddler is a piece of shit villain. Like, why he's just a useless villain.
I never said he was.
Well, you meant, no, when he said Two-Face, you said, the Riddler.
No, what I'm saying is you could easily take Two-Face out of the equation and put Penguin or the Riddler in there and
make it better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was supporting my Two-Face as a shit villain argument.
Oh, I thought you were, okay, never mind.
No. Yeah, no. You could easily take Two-Face out of the verse and put either the Penguin and Riddler in it, and you'd have a better story.
Yeah.
Hell, you could take a Calendar Man and put him in the fucking place of goddamn Two-Face and have a fucking better story.
I don't know about Calendar Man.
I would say you could do the same with Victor Zsasz, but I really like Victor Zsasz, so... He's the...
Yeah, no, I know who Victor Zsasz is. Victor Zsasz is... Well, Victor Zsasz is kind of borderline, like, almost Joker.
Yeah. I feel like he's a very underrated character. Like, he's a deep pull for most Batman fans, but he could easily be one of the main villains. He's definitely better than Man-Bat.
All right, Brandy. What's a mainstream villain that you think is completely useless?
I'm gonna guess her answer is not gonna be Harley Quinn, since she's rocking a Harley Quinn short sleeve hoodie.
And the Harley Quinn tattoo.
And the tattoo. Like,
can you guess what my answer's gonna be?
So I don't particularly like Bane. I think Bane is overrated. I mean, he's strong, but...
Can we get out of the DC verse? And also, not just DC verse, but Batman verse?
Good point. But no, like, as soon as you said, like, think of a villain who you think is overrated, like, my mind went to Bane. I think Bane is overrated. I don't think he's
Bane overrated.
Bane's underrepresented. There's never been a movie or TV show or even an animated version of Bane that was even remotely close to how good he is in the comics.
Because he's super intelligent.
He's a tactical genius.
Yeah.
Like, he's a military strategical genius.
There's a reason why he's able to break Batman's back, and it's not because of Titan Serum.
It's not because he's stronger. I mean, that helps. But he easily could beat Batman without the Titan.
I think he's a boring.
Oh, here we go.
I just think he's a boring fucking villain. And maybe I just don't know enough about Bane. Because I know Bane from the one movie and Harley Quinn.
Okay, so you
So even in Dark Knight Rises, you think that Bane is not a good fucking villain?
Yeah, I don't.
He orchestrates, like, it's not Talia al Ghul. I mean,
she had
funds
the plan.
She funds him, basically. But it's Bane that orchestrates the whole takeover of Gotham. I mean, he defeats Batman.
Even in the comics, Batman says Bane is one of the only tacticians that can compare to him.
Yeah, but I don't think that's saying much because I think Batman's a piece of shit. Here's your answer, Harry.
I'm gonna shit my pants if he says Skeletor.
No. Let's see. I gotta think for a second because there's so many. My Rolodex is just going blip, 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 blip. Because once again, like one of those that could easily destroy all of their hero counterparts is like Megatron.
I was literally just going to say, we haven't touched on Megatron at all, but I don't think he's a shit villain. I think he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, like...
Easily
like
one of the best.
Like, what about Megatron? Like, yeah, no, he could easily fucking just wipe them all out if they give him a chance.
The reason Megatron doesn't beat
like,
the
I'm
Autobots...
looking at, like, I got I got two of the 80s, 90s / pictures over here, and I'm looking at them like, alright, so Megatron, no, he's a fucking great villain if they just give him a chance. Shredder, he could easily fucking wipe the whole goddamn turtles out and give him a chance. Now, no, here we go. Cobra Commander.
I agree. Cobra Commander is probably up there as one of the worst villains, especially when you consider that Cobra Commander doesn't really do much of anything. It's Destro that does all of it. He's really just, like you said, he's a figurehead that stands in front of everybody and waves.
Yeah, with a shrieky ass voice.
Yeah, while other far better villains manhandle him.
Yeah, speaking of fucking useless heroes, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, just fucking kill him.
There was a really good...
That's why I like the Venture Brothers, because they take the G.I. Joe and the Cobra aspect and they kind of say, fuck it. They have the OSI and Sphinx, and the OSI has no problems with just killing anybody.
Just offing them.
Yeah.
There's a TV show called The Community. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's got Joel McHale and some other people. And there's an episode where, they go into, like, they do this little crossover G.I. Joe thing, and Joel McHale does kill one of the Cobra guys, and all the G.I. Joes are like, whoa, the fuck did you just do, dude? And he's like, what? They're the bad guys. Now they can't do anything. And they go into this, they launch into this whole episode. It's like the whole 30-minute episode is just them talking about how G.I. Joes are garbage because they're like, why wouldn't you kill anybody? They're like, okay, why would we? It's bad to kill people. It's like, yeah, but they keep doing all these bad things. You just stop them for good. And they're like, no, we can't do that. And he's like, oh, so it's better for this war to go on forever? Like, it's a really cool episode. I really like it.
Now, all right. So,
sorry, you're useless shit villain.
I have one, and I'm gonna wait for Brandon to come out. And it's not mainstream. And even though I love him, and Brandy's about to get possibly upset, but I think one of the worst villains out there. No, it's not who you think it is. I'm about to pull a curveball on
a deep pull.
And there might be some people out here that, there's probably several people out here that have no idea what I'm talking about. But there's one villain out there that I think is completely fucking useless.
Even though you like this character.
I absolutely fucking love him. The Mighty Monarch!
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
The Monarch from the Venture Brothers.
Oh.
I think there's a lot of
I will
villains.
also
think of
counter
that.
that and say that there is even a worse villain than him out there in that verse. He just doesn't know it, and that's fucking Rusty Venture.
How's he a villain?
How is Doc Venture not a fucking villain? Hell,
I guess I have to watch Venture Brothers again because
even Killinger.
I'm drawing a blank.
Alright, so do you remember, how much of the Venture Brothers did you watch?
It's been a while.
So, there's an episode where Dr. Henry Killinger he's probably, in my mind, the best villain. Because he takes this whole thing of where he does bad things, but to help people.
Okay.
So, like, one of the first episodes you see him in is he is trying to help the Monarch be better at being a villain, but the whole purpose of him trying to be, helping the Monarch is actually get him back together with Dr. and Mrs. the Monarch, or Dr. Girlfriend.
Okay.
But Dr. Killinger actually goes to Dr. Venture, well, honorary Dr. Venture, and he's like, so I'm going to, it helps him improve his compound, gets him, Venchman, and just like streamlines. Even Brock's like, nah, he's got it all locked down. I ain't got shit to do. I just sit here and like, even, at first I was pissed off because he was, going to charge me past rent and stuff, but then he helped me figure out how to do it in tax deduction, and I'm actually about to get more money back. And like, but at the end of it, so like Killinger's like, all right, so are you ready to meet your adversary? And Dr. Venture's like, yeah, and it's his brother. And he's like, why would I want to avenge my own brother? And he's like, it's the greatest story of all. It's Cain versus Abel. And then like like at the end of it, like Rusty's like asking Brock, he's like, Brock, am I a bad guy? And even Brock's like,
Kinda.
yeah. I mean, I've seen you do some fucked up shit, dude.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, for one, you cloned your own fucking kids.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
For two, I mean, you send me out to slaughter people on a whim. Don't get me wrong, I love it.
You have a time machine that runs on the soul of an orphan?
Yeah, not a time machine.
No, it's not a time machine, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's basically, what do they call it? Oh shit! You enter it, and all your greatest desires come true. You get to experience,
like a wish machine or something.
No, not really a wish machine. You get the like all your deepest desires come out. Like it reads your deepest desires, and you get to experience them. Yeah, but it's powered by the heart of an orphan child.
That sucks. Yeah, that's a bad guy. The dude that created that, yeah, you're a villain, man.
So yeah, I would say
you're a villain.
Probably one of the worst but greatest villains of all is Dr. Rusty Venture. Dr. Thaddeus.
Okay, so converse question now.
Mm-hmm.
Since we've spent so much talking about all of the various shitty villains out there, who is a villain you really like, other than Harley Quinn?
Poison Ivy.
Other than Dr. Doom?
Yes. Other than Dr. Doom, we know you're a Dr. Doom fan. A good villain, though. Not like a good guy villain, but a villain that's done well. I've got mine in mind, but I want to see...
I got one.
Okay, what do you got? Randy?
Go ahead.
No, Harry, go first.
Really?
Yeah.
You're about to be probably surprised.
As long as you don't say Poison Ivy, I'm cool.
No. It's going to be kind of another turn, but I like, and I think it's great, Missy from Doctor Who. the Master, but when she's in female form.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, that's a good one.
I think she is. I think the Master to the Doctor in Doctor Who is this great balance.
Yeah.
And when it's Missy, fucking chef's kiss.
The actress who played her was also phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's another reason. Like, if you can find an actor to like fit that, no, I think she did fucking amazing. And I say actor instead of actress because I think actor should be is a fucking gender neutral fucking word. And I know they're like, no, they're separate. No, actor is a fucking actor, regardless of whether you got a stick or a fucking slick.
Okay, so who's yours? Which one are you going with, Harley Quinn or Poison Ivy?
So I'm not going to say Harley Quinn because everyone knows that I love Harley Quinn, and I do think that Harley Quinn is underrated.
You've already said Poison Ivy, so.
I think Harley Quinn is underrated, but
fucking DC.
if you want me to get out of DC, then we're going to have to come back to me because my mind went straight to Poison Ivy, like or fucking.
Well, the only reason I said I wanted to hear someone else is because you're wearing Harley Quinn, and you just got done spending a good 15 minutes arguing with us about why Poison Ivy wasn't a bad guy.
So, okay, then it's still in the fucking Batman universe, but fucking Catwoman. I think Catwoman's a great villain. Like, not only is she a villain in the sense that she is a master thief, and steals really not so much for altruistic reasons, just for greed. Although she does, spend lavishly on her cat. But she also...
You can relate to that part, huh?
I can relate to that part. Like,
as your cat is lounging in a 6-story fucking cat house.
No, it's not that big. We got that motherfucker used on Marketplace.
Yeah, but there's only a foot between it and the ceiling of your house.
Yeah, because it's on an ottoman.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really pay attention to that, but still, it's an enormous cat house.
And not only that, but she gets away with it. And she also dates Batman, which...
No, it doesn't date.
She marries
Batman. Yeah, well, first she dates, then she marries Batman. And then, like, to be able to be so good in your cover story that you get the supreme good guy, so to speak, quote unquote, like, who's so not a good guy. He's such a bad guy. But, so many red flags there.
Yeah, there's a lot of red flags with Catwoman. I would agree.
Yeah,
there's a lot of red flags with fucking Batman.
Yeah, they. All right, so how many heroes though?
Orphan, rich.
How many heroes though? Or anti-heroes? Do you know will actually sit with a young girl in a park and hold her hand while she was about to die and she knows it? Is that what
he did do? That.
Batman is all right. And also, once again, there was that issue where there was a young girl who came up to Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and was like, help, 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 there's this bad guy that's trying to get me. And then Harley Quinn and fucking Poison Ivy beat the fucking piss out of him.
Uh-huh.
And then Batman shows up, and then...
Doesn't do anything.
The little girl's like, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy saved me! And then Gordon shows up, and he's like, Batman, what happened? Did you save the day? And he's like, no. No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else did. Who was it? I'm not.
He definitely covered for him.
He did, and I'll give him that.
Now,
he has his moments, but he's still a bad guy.
I will say that Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman humanizes Batman a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're not so much villains as they are anti-heroes.
And I think it should speak volumes to Batman that he's just like, all right, ladies, I get what you're trying to do. I do. Let's leave the innocence out of it. Because does Catwoman steal from the poor? No.
She steals from the rich.
I do like when Catwoman gets to the point with Batman where she doesn't steal. She breaks in, gets the item in her hand, and then is like, see? Could have stolen it, and then puts it back and leaves. And she does that because she doesn't want Batman to be associated with her stealing. But she still likes the thrill of being able to do it and just see if he can stop her. because it gets to a point in the comics when they're like reaching the whole marriage thing, where she's not stealing just to steal because she likes to steal from the rich. She's just testing Batman to see if he can keep up with her.
Yeah, it's,
It's like a little
it's foreplay.
playing tag with your wife kind of thing, only their tag involves breaking into millionaires' houses just so she can prove she can do it.
Even though I'm pretty sure if like Catwoman walked in and went, I have the Epstein files, I'm going to put them back, Batman would be like, no, let's go. Bring them out, let's go. Come on, let's go. I think Batman would be like, no, release the fucking Epstein.
Anyway, who's yours?
Mine is one we barely touched on earlier, but only to say he wasn't a shitty villain. He's been one of my favorite my entire life, and it's Megatron. Because his backstory is amazing. And they started on Cybertron, and he's not even a bad guy. He just wants... He's essentially the Transformers universe version of Zod. He wants to build a new home for his people because theirs was destroyed by war and greed and all the other shitty shit they have to go through. And the Autobots are trying to protect Earth, which I don't think is a really worthwhile cause anyhow, but I really like his character, and in my opinion, the only reason he doesn't wipe out the Autobots permanently is because he doesn't kill the vast majority of his own people. He does on occasion, and even in the cartoons and the early stuff, I remember him killing 3 Autobots total in years of cartoons and the movies.
You never read the comic books, did you?
I only read a couple. He's worse in the comics?
Holy fuck.
Okay, then I need to read those because that's even better.
Yeah, he dismembers Bumblebee.
Really? Oh, I missed that.
And I'm not saying just kills.
So I need to start reading those then.
Yeah, and it's the comic books
But I mean, he's still one of my favorite villains of all time.
And it's also where we, in the comic books, that they kind of get the Dinobots when they branch off.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the comic books, the Dinobots are first Autobots. But when shit starts happening with Megatron and all that shit, what's the fucking main goddamn Dinobot?
Grimlock?
Grimlock, yes.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene, I remember in the comic book, where Bumblebee is laid in fucking, he's just dismembered and there's like carcasses laying around, and Grimlock is just sitting there kind of looking worse for the wear, and he just looks at Optimus and he's like, I'm an Autobot no more. And he rips off his fucking Autobot symbol and just tosses it to the ground.
Oh,
And
hell
just
yeah.
walks off. And I'm like, because I discovered these comic books while I was working at Hot Topic, and I'm sitting in the back room reading this, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then at one point, like, my supervisor or whoever came back to the back room and was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm crying is what I'm doing. What the fuck is going on? They're like, you can't read the product, Harry. I'm like, why not? I'm going to put it back on the shelf.
Customers get to.
But no, no. And it's also where I discovered the Thundercats comic where Lino is taken away from the fucking land and there's nobody to stop Mumra.
Oh shit.
And when Lino comes back, Chitara has been captured and enslaved and basically is now a rape victim. Panthro is exiled and living in the wild, being hunted daily. Tigro might be dead. Either Wily Cat or Wily Kit is also dead. And Snarf is no longer Snarf. Fuck you want, Lino. Because when Lino comes back, like, he's trying to gather up all the Thundercats and stuff, and he ends up into the wilds, and he finds Panthro, and, like, as soon as Panthro sees him, just grabs him by the throat and throws him on the ground, and she's like, you fucking abandoned us. And it's just going, I was like, this this is what I fucking need right here. And it's fucking legit.
I need to go find the comic books then.
I like when somebody decides to take what we grew up with and make it adult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no, it's fun, it's crazy, it's quirky back in the 80s. I grew up. I understand now that there's a lot of blood and violence, so give me blood and violence. And when they do shit like that, it's just like, oh, daddy like. So yeah, no, there's some comic books out there that definitely turn some twists on Thundercats and Transformers. And
well, they did the same thing with Ninja Turtles too.
Ronin?
Ronin. Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Do you know who Ronin is?
Ronin's Michelangelo.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but he's not the fucking skateboarding, pizza flipping Mikey anymore.
He is not
He's a holy shit, I'm gonna whoop the fuck out of everybody Mikey, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. And
like,
there's a movie.
It's fucking awesome.
Out. Is it out?
No, the movie's not out yet, but it's been greenlit.
Yeah. I want to see it so bad.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen like little snippets and like read little things in the comics, and because like somebody was like, "Oh my god,
that fart sound was there when I
what
got
happened to Michelangelo?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he's the Ronin?
Yeah, he watches his brothers get killed in front of him.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah,
and
no.
he just snaps, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, which is what would happen in real life if you watch all your fucking.
If you watch your entire family get murdered in front of you, and the person who did it just walk away like they're untouchable.
He turns into fucking. He turns into Hawkeye.
Yep.
From Infinity Wars and shit.
He turns into Ronin.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I've done bad things. And I'm gonna do but I think it's hard writing a villain, because a villain is not somebody you're supposed to relate to.
Yeah.
But a good villain, a great villain, somebody that just... A villain should actually be somebody that you can, on some level, relate to.
Yeah. And the good ones, the well-written, well-thought-up, originated villains are the ones you do relate to. You're like, do I really like the bad guy? Like, you see them fighting Batman, and you're like, why do I want Batman to lose?
Yeah, it's like...
You know?
I mean... Why is Dr. Doom right?
Yeah.
Why is he right?
Wait a minute. Why do I feel like Iron Man's the bad guy right now?
See, that's why I love Harley Quinn, because in the beginning she's just a villain. And there's no, like, she's a psychiatrist who went crazy, fell in love with the Joker, and she's just a villain when she's with the Joker. But when she gets away from the Joker, that's when I start to really love her, because she's just right. She goes out and she seeks injustice and fucking writes that shit, but she doesn't do it by the best means necessary. Like, she doesn't do it in, like, nice, polite, gentle ways like Batman does. She does it by...
What? What?
I think it's the first
sorry, just a couple minutes ago you were talking about fucking how Batman beats the shit out of mentally ill people, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
But apparently Harley Quinn is, what?
Because he doesn't, but he does it in, ways that, everyone roots for Batman.
I think it's the first time I've heard somebody describe Batman as going out and being the kind one.
Everyone roots for Batman.
Nice way,
My point
Batman
is that
does.
everyone roots for Batman.
Batman broke his arm in 6 places. What?
Everyone roots for Batman. Like, they want Batman to beat up the Joker. They want Batman to beat up the villain. But they don't necessarily root for Harley Quinn, even though she does the same thing, but fights for people who really need to be fought for, like children and animals and the fucking elderly.
Hey, also guess what? And you know this.
What?
Harley Quinn is now in the Bat family.
She left the Bat family?
Alright, so are we talking about the animated HBO series?
Which follows the comic book, yeah.
Eh.
It follows the comic book. She left the Bat Family.
It loosely follows the comic book.
Yeah, but she still left the Bat Family. Because she decided she doesn't want to be a villain.
Yeah,
she doesn't want to be a hero. She just wants to be Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I've also seen a couple comics lately that say that she's still in the Bat Family.
I don't think she's still in the Bat Family.
No, she is. She still communicates and talks and teams up with the Bat
Oh,
Family.
yeah, no, she communicates with them. She's still friends with them, and she teams up with them. But she's not a part of the Bat Family anymore.
Once you're in the Bat Family, you never leave the Bat Family.
Okay,
so if you left the Bat Family, you would never, talk to them and team up again with them.
That's not true.
Once a Bat member, always a Bat member. Semper
Battis?
Battis. I'm pretty sure there's several Marines out there going, "Fuck you, asshole! Hand me my crayons, I'm hungry." I'm sorry.
No, she left the Bat Family. She still teams up with them from time to time because when she believes that they're right, but she often believes that they're wrong. And it depends on whether or not she believes they're right or not.
A hero that's actually a villain? You ready for it? Deadpool.
Deadpool's an anti-hero.
I don't see Deadpool as a hero in the first place.
He's an anti-hero.
And Deadpool actually started out as a villain.
Yes.
He's one of those ones that kind of was like, okay, listen, guys, so, yeah, I don't want to really kill you guys per se anymore, but at the same time, I'm not going to not kill people.
Fair point. I have a super nerdy fucking hero who's actually a villain. And I only know about this character because I love the fucking actor who plays him, but Captain Hammer. His name, he's a character played by Nathan Fillion, and he's in Dr. Horrible's sing-along with Neil Patrick Harris's web series. I fucking love Captain Hammer. He's absolutely a fucking villain too, but everyone sees him as like the charismatic, great hero who does all these shitty things to the perceived bad guy because he's actually the bad guy. It's amazing.
Yes, I forgot about him. That was Captain, yeah.
I love
Dr. Horrible sing-along.
I've never seen a character Nathan Fillion played that I thought was bad. Nothing and anything. Everything he's done, I like.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Nobody understood what the fuck you just said. And
Firefly.
Are you absolutely certain this is the person you want to be chained to for the rest of your life? I mean, you're not a bad-looking guy. We could probably find you somebody to deal with your quirky nonsense.
Oh, no, I can...
I'm just saying.
I know I can still pull.
We don't necessarily have to keep Brandy around, do we?
You can still pull. Most people think you're my dad.
And I can still pull.
There's a lot of girls walking around with daddy issues.
This is true.
I almost said something, but
he says looking at one of them.
I was going to say I work with one, but... I just said I work with one. Anyways.
But yeah, Captain Hammer is one of my favorite all-time heroes who's actually a villain.
You know who could also possibly be considered Papa Smurf?
Ooh, I've heard arguments to that effect, and I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of shit in Smurfs, the beloved 80s children's TV show, that's not very children-oriented.
Well, considering its origins are Danish,
yeah.
and also the Smurfs are basically a mockery.
Papa Smurf's a red cap. They're not known for being fucking friendly.
Also, well, here's how Smurfs are created. So, Smurfs are blue to mock the children that die out in the cold. Mm-hmm. And the Smurfs actually grow from the dead children.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it is, but there's Danish significance to the living in mushrooms aspect too. I don't remember what it was, but
grow through the carcass of the dead children.
Yeah, I knew there was something like that. I had heard that
They're
before.
blue to mock
Frozen kids.
frozen children. And Gargamel is actually
a hero.
kind of a hero slash anti-hero trying to stop them because the Smurfs actually help
Lure kids.
children to their death.
Yeah, I've seen that conspiracy theory flipping through like YouTube shorts and stuff like that. I've seen that before, and I was like, you know what? That actually makes a little sense.
Yeah, and also if we think about it, for one, Papa Smurf is the only one with a beard.
Mm-hmm.
Two, Smurfette is the creation of Gargamel to help infiltrate and kind of stop and destroy from the inside the Smurfs.
Yeah,
And
like
then
a double
Smurfette
agent
comes
type
out.
thing.
There was another female Smurf too, besides Smurfette.
Was there?
Yeah.
Actually, did you know that the Smurfs aren't originally Danish? Or Dutch?
I didn't say Dutch.
Didn't you?
No, I said Danish.
They're not either.
What are they?
French.
They're French?
Yeah, the original work that created the Smurfs was French.
Oh, well, I just swore they were.
The other female Smurf is Sassette.
Yeah.
Now, Smurfs, the cartoon, was
Was
originally
Danish?
was really originally Dutch.
Oh,
um,
okay. I mean,
But the original work that came off of
was French.
was actually French, which is fucking interesting because I did not know that. I was 2 years old when I learned that.
And also, yeah, now the whole lore behind that is still kind of, once the Americans got a hold of it, it's like Grimm fairy tales.
Yeah. Have you read the originals for those?
I have.
I love those.
Yeah, Little Mermaid.
Yeah, they should absolutely make movies based on the adult versions or the real versions of the Grimm's
Yeah,
fairy
the Little
tales.
Mermaid. She never gets the prince, and also at the same time, her skin color is still green when she gets to land, and
Yeah.
her legs do not stop bleeding.
Yeah, like they're dark.
Yeah, no,
Hansel and Gretel don't get away.
no, they don't.
They get turned into fucking pie. Like
They
are
Sleeping
dark.
Beauty is she ends up getting pregnant, but doesn't wake up.
Yeah. So like the original,
Yeah,
I love the original Grimm's fairy tales are so much better than
That's why I don't like Disney.
the kids'
One of
versions
the reasons I don't like Disney is
Or
because
the
they take things and
bastardized American versions of them.
they take things and they're like, we're gonna make it all cute and cuddly and shit.
Yeah.
To some extent, because lest we forget fucking Dumbo and Bambi, and it's still
Yeah.
goddamn heartbreaking. Like, okay, yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is introduce the fact that this young fucking boy is gonna lose his mother in a horrible fucking way.
Yeah. Or this, new to the world doe is going to see her dad blasted by a fucking hunter, and then supposed to
What?
be in Bambi.
No, New to the World Doe watches.
Isn't Bambi's dad's the one that gets shot, isn't it?
No, it's Bambi's mother.
I haven't seen Bambi in a very long time.
Yeah, because he's like, mother.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
No. So that's another thing about Disney is they love taking little boys and making them lose their mother. Because Bambi, Dumbo, there's two right off the bat that I can think of.
Well, it's just like making them
Or
lose
not
their.
giving them
their-
mothers. Also like Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
They just like taking away their parents.
Well,
The
Maybe
closest,
the Lion King.
the closest thing to a mother Pinocchio has is
Jiminy.
no, the fairy godmother who brings him to life and abandons him and doesn't tell him anything about the world she just brought him into. Just brings him in and then like, all right, you're alive now, bye, and then flies away. Like, so
And then Geppetto,
has no idea what the fuck
which
he's
Drew
doing.
Carey's never going to live that down.
Yeah, I was not a fan of the remake.
But there's a villain right there.
The fairy godmother from any fucking Disney movie. Mm-hmm. Like the
'Cause
one
the
in
fairy godmothers in Cinderella, instead of
in Cinderella.
instead of creating this whole situation where she goes to the ball and meets Prince Charming, why can't she just fucking dispatch the goddamn evil stepmothers?
So instead, she takes this woman from the slums of fucking nowhere, shows her this world that she's not a part of, gives her a time limit, and is like, all right, now you need to be back by this time, so I'm taking everything away. Like, yeah, Disney is some sadistic people.
I mean, I think it's because they're mostly stolen, which is weird because Disney changed copyright laws just so that he wouldn't have to fucking give up right to the stories that he stole. But I think it's mostly because he stole stories from, like, medieval times.
The Grimm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Which,
Grimm brothers. Yeah.
well, not just the Grimm brothers.
Oh no, he stole from more than just them. Like,
Yeah,
even other countries' mythological stuff.
And he spent a lot of Nazi gold making.
But yeah, like, he stole, like, all
There's
of these.
a shitty fucking villain right there.
Walt Disney? You said Hitler?
He could have done so much better, but he fucked it all up.
I'm cutting that
a
out.
painter, but no, he decided to oven people.
Yeah. There's a fucking shitty villain right there with a poor ass fucking origin story. Oh, I was bad at painting, and because somebody made, a bagel that I didn't like and picked on me, so now I'm gonna try to
Now I'm gonna wipe out an entire race.
I'm gonna try to take out a whole group of people because I was a shit artist, and my mother was a prostitute. I don't know who my father was, and also I was a coward in war.
Meh.
Man,
I feel like the meh was all it was missing.
I shit my pants in the trenches of World War I.
So, with that, we're about out of time. So,
Oh, we're ending it on Hitler?
So,
Yes! This is 1945 all over again! I'm out!
any last thoughts on heroes and villains? Not on Hitler. Not on Hitler. That's a totally different fucking episode.
His paintings weren't too bad. No.
Hitler is a totally different episode, okay? On heroes and villains. Anyway, with that, that is all we have for you today. Be sure to like and subscribe on all of the social media places. We are everywhere like herpes.
Love you, bye.
Have fun.